when his actions don't match his words. I'm a good guy. That's what my boyfriend Bob would say with his sexy Southern accent whenever he did something that wasn't so good. Forgot my birthday? I'm so sorry. I'm really a good guy. Let me take you out for dinner tonight to celebrate. Have you ever met a good guy, somebody who claimed to be good, but they weren't? Well, I used to be a sucker for those charming good guys until I met Bob. Let me take you back to how it all began. We met on a dating site and we immediately hit it off. We had so much in common. We were in similar professions. He's a therapist and I'm a life coach, dating coach. We both played guitar and sang, and we even had many of the same friends, which made me feel much safer with him than I felt with most of the guys that I was meeting online. And after our first 1 hour phone call in which he was planning our possible grandchildren together, I was buzzing with excitement. I immediately called one of our mutual friends to find out what she thought about us dating. Bob, she said, he's a great guy. I can't believe I never thought about fixing you two up. Go out with him. Well, 3 days later, Bob and I met for our first date. And what a date it was. He was tall and handsome, a silver fox with snowy white hair. He drove a fancy red BMW convertible. He took me out for sushi dinner, and then we went go-karting, which I had never done before. It was pretty exciting. As we waited to get into our go-karts, he locked eyes with me. He bent down to kiss me for the first time, and I was smitten. Could he be the one? What about the fact that he was an hour late to our first date? I mean, he did have a good excuse. He said he got stuck in traffic. It could happen during rush hour on the New Jersey Turnpike. So while I was a little upset about the long wait, I forgave him. And so began my relationship with Bob. We went on amazing dates, live music concerts in small venues in New York City, fancy ice cream parlors and high-end restaurants in New Jersey, talking on the phone till late at night. We seemed to never run out of things to say. It was like a dream come true. Well, there was this one little problem. Bob told me he was recently separated from his wife, and even though he really, really liked me, he was so new to dating, he wasn't looking for a relationship. He wanted to date several women at the same time, sow his wild oats, so to speak. And I thought about it. Would this work for me? I mean, it was against my policy to date separated men. And I was looking for a long-term relationship. But he was so handsome and fun, and he took me to such great places. So I decided I would still date him, but with a few conditions. Number one, he wouldn't get all of me, wink, wink. And number two, I would stay with him as long as it was still fun for me. That felt like it could work. In fact, when I shared my conditions with Bob, he told me it made him like me even more. About a month later, things in my life got complicated. My oldest daughter ended up having emergency surgery. It was really scary. I was with her at the hospital through it all. And then I brought her and her husband back to my house for the weekend so I could take care of her while she healed. I told Bob what was going on. I really need some support right now, I said. Sure, he promised. I'm a good guy. I'll give you a call over the weekend to check up on you. Well, that weekend was stressful. I ended up having to take my daughter to the ER Friday night because of complications, and I did not hear from Mr. Good Guy all weekend. Monday night, he finally called. Hey, how's it going? Not so good, I said. I told him how hard the weekend had been and how upset I was that he hadn't been there for me. His answer? You guessed it. "Aw, honey, I'm really a good guy. I'm so sorry. But my phone was stolen and I couldn't call you till I got a new phone. Please trust that I'm a good guy. Meet me in the city for dinner tomorrow and I'll take you to the best steakhouse in town." I did meet him for dinner. And as I sat down, I said, "Hey, Bob, my life is not all unicorns and roses. I need somebody who's there for me in good times and bad. And if that's not you, that's okay, but I don't want to date you anymore." Can you guess what he said? "I'm a good guy. I may seem like a jerk at times, but I'm a good guy. I'll do better next time." There was no next time. I was done being a good guy doormat. This relationship was no longer fun for me, so I said goodbye. He pleaded with me, "Can't we just be friends?" And I said, "Bob, you're not my friend. Friends show up and support each other. I wish you all the best, but this is goodbye." When somebody is charming and fun, smart and sexy, it's really easy to lose sight of what really matters: integrity. You want to believe people mean what they say, but without action and consistency, words are empty. I needed a Bob to remind me that I have standards and I want to surround myself with people who show up for me in good times and bad. Do you have a charming Bob in your life? It could be a romantic partner or a friend or even somebody at work. Don't believe their empty promises. Words are cheap. Make sure their actions match their words, because somebody who's really good doesn't have to work so hard to convince you.